Champlain's in the books. The 8th stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series season is over. Aaron Martens, come from behind fashion, takes the win, 58 plus pounds for 3 days of fishing. But Davey, his come from behind story is the story, but it actually started Thursday, day one of competition, supposed day one of competition.
Well, it was almost like the perfect storm, and it wasn't a big storm, but they did have some high winds, so they canceled Thursday. Trip Weldon went out on the water, and it was just too rough to be safe for the field to go out. So with that day being canceled, then we fished 3 days. 109 anglers fished the first 2 days, 51 fished on the final day, and when I mentioned that perfect storm, Aaron Martens was able to come back from 19th to win that event. Typically you only have 12 guys, so Aaron probably set a record that will never be broken.
He definitely has came back from the farthest place out of anybody. Jordan Lee won the Classic just a couple months ago from 15th place, a bigger weight deficit, but 3 pounds behind on Champlain isn't the easiest thing to make up when everyone is catching them as good as they were. And Davey, Jacob Wheeler, after 2 days of competition, caught him better than anybody. 10 smallmouth for his first 2 days, and he kind of put his mark on that tournament. And we thought in going to the final day, Jacob Wheeler, a closer, it was going to be really hard to make up that pound lead that he had on second place.
Yeah, watching the event unfold, it was amazing to watch Jacob Wheeler and Brandon Polnick. Brandon Polnick caught him every day. We had a camera on him the first 2 days, and then he had his biggest stringer on the final day on Sunday. But Jacob Wheeler, he had a slow start, but once he got things going on Sunday, it was every cast he was catching smallmouth. Right, unfortunately, he lost a couple. One in particular, about a 4 to maybe a 4.5 pounder that really hurt him a lot. But for Aaron Martens to make the move that he did on that final day, he moved in a little shallower. He said, I'd been fishing too deep. I'd been fishing about 20 to 30 feet. And I moved in, I was able to catch some largemouth. And that really is what made this tournament unfold. We felt like somebody, because there's 6-pound largemouth up there, and it's hard to find a 5-pound smallmouth. But for Aaron Martens to be able to catch that 6+ pound largemouth on final day, and Seth Feiner finishing second, he really targeted the largemouth. He had the 6-pounder, and there you get the first and second biggest bag of the 3 days. Yeah, we talked about somebody catches a big largemouth on the final day, they can win this thing. Little did we know there would be 2 guys that catch over a 6-pound largemouth on Lake Champlain. That's unusual.
Lake Champlain, a dynamic event, an interesting 8th stop for the Bassmaster Elite Series, but it's in the books. Aaron Martens, your champion, 58+ pounds of bass, and the hog snatcher found his way